Hello, and welcome back to Sacred Stones. We're about to do Chapter 10. Before I do that, I'd just like to go over sort of what's going on with items. We got some stat boosters and some other stuff that I think is just worth mentioning. So the most important thing is there's an armory here that sells a whole bunch of different things. I did grab a hammer. I grabbed a bunch of other stuff. I spent most of my money, which is fine because we're about to get in this chapter has a white gem in his inventory, so we got plenty of stuff. The shop I didn't get so much from. I got a couple of light tomes for Arthur and a mend for Mulder. That's about it. Beyond that, Amelia came with a slim lance, so now Vanessa has weapons again, because she can equip the slim lance and not be slowed down, so that's nice. Arthur is carrying the guiding ring, because he's getting pretty close to promotion, halfway through level 8, probably won't get there in this chapter. Ford definitely will. He's got the Night Crest, he's 12 away from promotion. Kyle is a little further than Arthur, but also doesn't have a promotion item, unfortunately. Joshua is already level 10, doesn't have a promotion item. Garcia is almost level 10, doesn't have a promotion item. So we're getting a bunch of units close, unfortunately. We only have a couple of those promotion items. Beyond that, Seth is equipping both the killer weapons for reasons that'll become clear in a minute. And then the other thing that we're going to do, not the store, is give Seth the Speedwing that we picked up. So this will boost him to a nice 14 speed, which is even with Joshua, who's the fastest character that we have right now. We also have an Angelic Robe and a Draco Shield, which now I can't show that, but there we go. Unfortunately, yeah, I guess it's unfortunate, but I don't have like a clear need for either of them this chapter, and I'll go into that a little bit more in the chapter as well. But as a result of the way this chapter is laid out, I'm actually not going to use those immediately. So let's proceed. Alright, so if you take a look at this map, fortunately, unlike the last map, it is a seas, not a route. So already that means that this should be a much shorter episode and faster chapter to complete. We have to kill the boss, Pablo, here, who's sitting on this gate. He's got another guiding ring, which isn't super relevant because we don't have anybody who could use it. Mulder would be the only candidate, or Loot. They're both far away from promoting, not really worth investing a ton into. Anyway, so he is pretty strong, and he has a pretty high crit rate with the 10 crit on this tome. So he's got 15 crit, so that is a little bit scary. He's not as fast as he looks though, because the Divine weighs him down quite a bit. So he's only got 8 speed. Yeah, so Seth doesn't actually need the Speedwing to double him, but Seth is the best character, so we want him to have it in general. Anyway, so looking at this layout, you might think, okay, well this is like, you could clear this as fast as 2 turns. You just drop, Seth over here, have him pop the boss, drop Erica, seize the gate, you're done. Unfortunately, that's not quite true because of the presence of these ballistas. So the ballistas are strong enough, or ballistae, they are strong enough to take out Vanessa. They are 1 damage short of enough to take out Tana. So the ballista might itself is 8, and then the archer's strength is added to it, and these guys each have 8 strength. So they do 16 total damage. So they don't one-shot anyone except for Vanessa. So the might of course gets tripled for weapon effectiveness. So they do 32 total damage to flyers. Tana has 33 bulk, so she will survive with 1 hit point if she gets hit. Vanessa has 23 bulk, so she will not survive. And unfortunately, if we give her both the Angelic Robe and Dragon Shield, she'll still only have 32 effective bulk and exactly be one shot. So there's no reason to do that. However, what I've discovered in testing out this map is that the ballistas will actually focus Erica over Vanessa. So you can use Erica as bait to get them not to shoot at Vanessa. So that's roughly the plan. But we also need to like stay out of this guy's range. So if we put Vanessa into this guy's range, then he will shoot at her because Erica can't like get into. Oops. Erica can't get into his range. Both, you know, because there's too many mountains in the way. We can't rescue and drop Erica within the turn 1 while also doing so with Seth. So what we're actually going to do is just rescue drop Seth across and let him start cleaning up these guys, and then rescue Erica later. So let's set our formation up for that. And we can just put Seth back here because that gets him far enough. Oh, I'm also going to undeploy Calm. We don't need him. There is a guy with a red gem, I think, yeah, here, but he has 14 speed. Calm only has 10, so he can't actually steal it anyway. And as I mentioned, Innis has a white gem, which is worth a lot more anyway, so that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, actually, speaking of Innis, let's talk about that. So Innis, Tethys, and Garrick are down here. They're all going to be quite useful. You can recruit them mid-chapter. You don't have to. They will auto-join after the chapter if you don't. In order to recruit them, you need to use Erica or Tana, and they are not going this direction, so we're not going to recruit them mid-chapter. What that means is that we cannot recruit Marissa because Marissa has to be recruited by Garrick. So this is the first character we're going to just like miss out on as a consequence of that, which is unfortunate. So in regular Sacred Stones, Marissa is not very good. She is worse in every stat than Joshua at base, except for luck and resistance. And so in addition to that, she joins, like, maybe, I think Joshua joins at level 7, maybe level 8. Anyway, so she joins a couple levels lower than him, and of course she joins later than him. So by the time you get here, normally, you've gotten at least a couple of levels on Joshua if you're using him. And if you're not using him, well, why would you want to use Marissa? I mean, from a statistical standpoint, at least. So yeah, I mean, she's not very good. However, with 0% growths, I mean, her stat profile is definitely competitive with some of the units I'm using right now. I mean, it's almost certainly better than Franz. Of course, she's not mounted, but like there's Franz, like has the same strength but 6 less speed, less HP, more defense. So I mean, she's would definitely be competitive with that. But yeah, it's we can't really preserve the turn count and recruit her, and we are about to get a bunch of better units, so we're probably going to end up benching like Franz anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter. But yeah, that's why we're not going to pick up Marissa. Anyway, so other than these two, the deployment position doesn't matter too much, because we're not going to advance too aggressively down here. Basically, we're just going to use these guys out here as an opportunity to get some XP, while Seth clears out this area and kills the boss. But we're not really trying to press forward with any urgency, so I'm going to play pretty cautiously. Yeah, so I think... Oh, there's a guy here with a Lance Reaver, which is a little scary, so... Oh, I said I was going to talk about... So Seth is bringing the Killing Edge and the Killer Lance. Why is that? Well, he does not double this guy or this guy or this guy. So in order to increase the chance that he just one-shots them, we're going to have him use the killer weapons. This guy's got a Lance Reaver, so he's going to use the Killing Edge when he gets dropped off, and then he uses the Killer Lance against these two. So that's the reasoning there. All right, so let's get started. Equip the Killing Edge, which we already have equipped. Alright, so we want to keep Vanessa out of this guy's range. So we're going to put Vanessa here and then have Tana here and drop Seth on that house. So I should make sure, yeah, Slim Lance equipped, Slim Lance equipped. Unfortunately, Tana only has a D rank in lances, as does Vanessa, so neither of them can use the lance or the axe reaver, which is a little unfortunate because, you know, this guy having the lance reaver, so if he doesn't get crit, that can be pretty annoying. I could have given Seth the axe reaver, but this is the only guy against whom that's like any use that Seth is facing this entire chapter. And he needs, like, I want him to have the killer weapons, I want him to have the javelin, and then I also want him to have the silver lance as an option to get guaranteed damage against Pablo if that comes up. And he may also need a vulnerate to heal in case Pablo hits him, so it's, yeah, that's, unfortunately, he just has too many things that he needs. Meanwhile, so we got this guy here who's got a hand axe, so we're going to lure him out with Kyle, who's the one who is the lucky recipient of the axe reaver. And everybody else is just going to stay a little back and out of the way. Make sure we have room to... Oh, did I screw this up already? No, okay. Gotta make sure that Eric can get shot at by this guy, as I mentioned before. And you can also shoot at these three, but he'll shoot at Erica, according to my testing thus far. Excellent. Good job, Seth. Got the Lance Reaver. We don't really need it this chapter, but it'll definitely be useful in the future. I mean, I don't know of a specific situation, but I have no doubt that it will be useful. No crit on that guy, so that's fine. Tana can potentially take him out. And we do need to take him out because he will block Seth's advance. Not completely, obviously, but there you go. The ballista fire is on Erica. Alright, so yeah, as I said, Seth does want to come up here. Now, he could kill the ballistician without killing this guy, but then he has a javelin equipped against this guy, and he's definitely not going to take that guy out with a javelin. So, what we want to do is... like I said, unfortunately, we can't get Erica in range of this guy, so... what we want to do is rescue Erica and then stay right outside the range of that guy with Vanessa. So that's what we're going to do. And meanwhile, Tana is going to come up here and make sure Seth can get up there and kill the front ballistician. So we at least don't have to worry about him. And open up the lane for the other guy to attack him. We're going to use the Killer Lance because we can weapon triangle against the Myrmidon there. And just double check this, so we're gonna put Vanessa like here. Oh man. What was the range of this thing again? Ah. Well, I know they could get hit by the back one. Thought she had to be a spot behind. But if that's true, that would mean that... Oh, maybe it... Is it because the archer can dismount and then go use the other ballista? That can't be why. Huh. Yeah, they do have 10 range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you would think it'd be safe to go here. There's one spot closer than she was before. I never really thought about this in the previous attempts I've made of this chapter, but I'm going to try that because it doesn't make sense that the archer would be able to come up and shoot her from there, even though the displayed range has it. And if I'm right, that will actually potentially help a lot for reasons that I can get into later if it ends up mattering. Alright, so then we're going to have Joshua come down here and set up a kill on this guy, which we're going to give to Arthur probably because we want to level him up so he can promote. But before I do that, I want to look at, ideally we want like Ford here and Kyle here so that Ford takes 2 hits on enemy phase and can promote next turn. Just want to see how practical that is. You can also potentially have Franz throw a javelin at this guy. And actually, I guess Smolder could come down and heal Ford if we wanted Ford to attack first. So that's nice. Alright, yeah. So let's do that. Now, Franz does really poorly against these guys. Like, really poorly. So I'm not gonna do that. Hey, he hit him! Cool. We can actually finish him off. Yeah! It's not super likely, but it worked out. Alright. Let's see what happens with this ballista. Ford is level 10, ready to promote. Let's go. Well, no kill. That's potentially okay. Yeah, okay, I was right. Cool. So that makes this whole situation better than I actually realized when I was doing my test runs. Because Vanessa being further forward means we can drop Erica here, well, actually here, and then she can seize next turn. So currently we're on turn 3, so we can seize on turn 4, and we can have Tana come up here and pop this guy to open up the lane for Seth. And we don't necessarily need to kill this guy, so if he's going to target Erica again, then... like, we don't... like, the reason to take him out is because he threatens Vanessa, but if he's going to target Erica again, as he has done in the past, then we can go straight for Pablo, which increases our odds of successfully taking him out. Now, unfortunately, Seth can't really do that safely. Oh, something else interesting I noticed is that, during test runs, is that if you look at the Killer Lance and the Killing Edge, they both have the same hit rate against Pablo, even though the Killing Edge has a 5% higher hit rate. Why is that? It's because Seth has an S rank in lances and only A rank in swords. So I'm actually going to have him try to use the swords just a little bit so he can push that sword rank to S as well. Anyway, so yeah, so the option here is, so we can go ahead and kill this guy, and just like let Seth sit here and take two 56% swings, or we can equip Silver Lance or Killing Edge. So Silver Lance has a little bit higher chance to hit. Killing Edge conceivably kills in one hit, so probably only 26% crit is not actually that high, though. So I'll probably go Silver Lance, especially since that puts the other weapon, if it hits once, that puts the other weapons into killing range. So yeah, we'll probably do that. We're not going to attack because he would die to 2 hits. And we're going to, as mentioned, drop Erica. That's not far enough, is it? Almost screwed that up. And then back over here, Ford is ready to promote. So ideally we do that this turn. I'd like for him to move forward so that he can help out taking out this guy next turn. So this guy has a killer axe, which I would like to get. We need to bait him out to have a realistic chance of doing that. Ford would be a reasonable candidate for that because he's not going to like take a turn anyway. The problem is killing one of these guys without moving him out of the way, because our arrangement of units doesn't really allow us to make all the attacks that we need. But the other option is to just have Ford go ahead and swing for this guy and promote later, because it doesn't really matter that much when he promotes. It's not like the XP is going to make a difference. So we can do 10 damage with Kyle, we can do 7 damage maybe with Franz, and we can do potentially 4. So, I mean, we could have Garcia and Franz both take their shots. This guy, and if they hit, Kyle finishes him off. Great. We can heal Ford, move him forward, have Ford attack this guy and set up the kill for Archer. And if one of these two misses, then develop a different plan. So 62 and 64. So I guess we go for the Garcia attack first. Okay. So that's not going to happen. So then, if we have Ford hit this guy, he won't die. So let's do that. And then heal him up. Go ahead and throw the javelin with Franz. Okay, so that hit. That's nice. I would rather do this the other way, where Archer is attacking the guy I just took out and Kyle's moving forward, but such is life. See, they both have... Is Joshua at any risk of dying if we put him out here? 8 damage. This guy's going to do less because he only has a slim sword. And this guy has a hand axe, which does a lot more damage. Isn't very likely to hit. The other thing is this guy isn't necessarily likely to go after Joshua, so... What happens... I assume that Archer does not want to face this guy, even though he has a slim sword. He'd still probably do enough damage to be a problem. And he also has a crit rate on that thing. Yeah, he'll come within 1 damage of killing Archer, and probably Archer's only got 2 luck, so yeah, that's not good. Okay. Yeah, let's just put Joshua, like, all the way out here. Give him, I think, an iron sword so that he's not weighed down and has max dodge. Or maybe the killing edge. But that's not like I want him to get the kill, so we'll go with iron sword. And then we'll... I guess we could chip this guy with Archer. If he goes for Ford, can Ford get the kill? 14, so 9, 10 damage, yeah, he can. That would be unfortunate, but so it goes. Kyle gets the kill, that's totally fine. Oh, he is going for Joshua. Well, that's great. That is great. Oh boy. Whiff, idiot. Alright, it's all fine. Everything's fine. Okay, we got one hit. Wonder if we could actually plausibly give the boss kill to Tana. That'd be pretty slick. Probably not, though. So we need to just hit with that once. Yeah, that's gotta be it. So, I mean, I don't think there's any way Tana comes close to that kind of damage output. No, there's no way that's gonna make sense. Alright, down he goes. Seth continues to level faster than anyone else. Meanwhile... Oh-ho! Let's go, Tana. Yeah! Alright. Yeah, not a very high chance for Joshua to die there. So 7 on this guy, 13 on that guy. I guess what we should do is have Garcia throw the hatchet at this guy. Oh, we got him. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. And then Archer. Oof. Alright, we can set this up. Let's see. What are the odds of Archer missing? I mean, versus this guy hitting Joshua and killing him. How much damage is Franz doing to that guy? 9. How much damage is Archer doing to that guy? 8. The high hit rate. That's not good. Alright, let's do... I wonder if I can rescue and promote. I guess it doesn't matter if I can or not. Like, I can promote after the chapter. Yeah, okay. So now we can play this safely. Alright. Friends, come down and get us that killer axe. All the way up to level 5. But probably gonna get dropped soon. Meanwhile, Archer's like 2 kills away from promotion. Okay, and we can give Vanessa some experience. There's no real harm in doing that, so I guess I might as well. 1% crit, 6% crit, and a crit will kill. Alright, sure. Yeah. Fine. Be that way. Alright. So, let's just double check, but yeah, this is chapter 10 in 4 turns. Shut up, Falter. And with that, I will see you next time. Actually, no, you know what? Let's do this now. Boom. And we're going to go Paladin because it has +1 move. That's basically all the motivation that is needed. Actually, does it have +2 move? Do Great Knights have 6 move in this game? They might. I forget. In any case, Paladin has more move. So you can see the promotion bonuses aren't actually that big here. And as a consequence, Ford is definitely still several cuts below Seth. I mean, also partially because we gave him stat boosters, but you know, Seth's bases are definitely stronger than the promoted Ford. But hey, he's better. He's got more con and more speed, so he can avoid getting doubled while also wielding heavier weapons, so that's nice. Got more defense, so he's reasonably tanky at this point. More tanky than Kyle, who's only got a 9, and now has lower HP as well. So I don't think he gains... Maybe he did gain... I think he did gain his sword weapon level, actually. I think that boosted him up to C. Not sure that's relevant, but... Anyway, alright, that will actually do it for this episode. I'll see you next time for Chapter 11. Until then...